the debates. He shut down the oil and gas production on public lands in this country. And then what has he done? He has spent billions of our tax dollars giving that money to places like Mexico, Brazil, Venezuela, so they can drill for oil in their public lands. So basically, he is raping those who have here in this country via taxation and giving it to those who he deems is poorer than we are and were at one time under colonial rule. Now, Obama forgets that the United States was once under colonial rule. But he's looking at, Brazil. All of South America was, under Spanish and Portuguese rule, right? Well, that's what they speak down there south of the border. Do they speak anything other than Spanish or Portuguese? I think that's pretty much the two official languages down there, south of our border. He has taken the money from here and giving it to those who he feels were oppressed by the United States, even though the U.S. did not colonize most of the South, south of the border. Well, I guess you could say Panama. But that money is being taken from those who produce in this country. And he's keeping us from creating our own wealth here with our own products and services and our own energy. Look, understand that this heavily overregulated market system does not work. In fact, it is such a failure that countries that have abandoned it are now growing by leaps and bounds. For example, India, South Korea, China. In the 90s, it was Russia, former Soviet Union. Amazing. They got rid of this overburdensome government system, centralized government system, and their economies are expanding like crazy. Now, in China, we still got some issues with the Chi-Coms in China, of course. But understand, China was also under colonial rule at one time. Japanese. The Japanese also had a big part of being, dominating Indonesia. You'll see around the World War II era. Do you see Barack Obama doing much at all in the way of Japan? No. Japan is also ran. Do you see Obama doing anything much in the way of Israel? You kidding? No. But what is he doing? He is taking the dreams of his father. And by the way, his father also believed in a more liberated, religiously turned, if you will, Libya. Again, those are his father's writings. You cannot dispute. What did Obama do with Libya? He deposed Muammar Gaddafi. But he left other oppressors in power. Syria, the Sudan. Not doing anything there because his father had no interest in Syria. But Northern Africa, oh yeah, his father was heavily interested and politically active there. Understand, this guy is all about taking for whatever reason, well, probably because he was inundated on this socialist, leftist, Marxist, communistic side by his mother and grandfather. All he can do is look around and see injustice. Why else do you think he said that he would fundamentally change this country. But folks, we cannot take another 4 years of this. I do not care if you think that the government should be doing more to help poor people. Fine. This is not the way to do it. And frankly, you know it. This is not the time to do race politics and vote for skin color. Absolutely not. And I said it before, this man is evil. If you just pay attention and watch when he gives speeches, when he's out on the stump, when he's being free, when he's reading off the teleprompter, if you watch his micro expressions on his face and you watch his eyes, it details how much he hates this country. Barack Obama does not love this country as it was founded. He doesn't. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that he doesn't care for the people. There are some of the people that he does care for, sure. But understand, he doesn't care enough about all of you. He doesn't care enough about what made this country great. If you look at his actions, you cannot possibly tell me, even for you ultra 100% blinded pro-Obamanites, you cannot tell me outside of socialism, Marxism, or communism that this guy has done things that have been positive. You cannot look at the raw numbers and tell us that this country is better off today than it was 4 years ago. You were trying to dismantle limb from limb George W. Bush for his faltering economy. Well, Obama is about 5 times worse than Bush, and you're defending him? Those are the actual numbers from the Obama administration. How many times do I have to remind you? Unemployment is not 7.9%. And by the way, it just went up. It's not 7.9%. It's 14.8%. Those are Obama's administration numbers. You've got 49 million people getting food stamps. Those are Obama administration numbers. You've got 1 in 6, soon to be 1 in 5 in poverty in this country. Again, Obama administration numbers. There are more people receiving government assistance than at any time in our country's history. Those are Obama administration numbers. Nobody else. Tax cuts. That's what sparks growth in this country. If you don't think so, then you would disagree with John Fitzgerald Kennedy, who advocated tax cuts even in speeches to Congress and the people in 1960, saying that if we do this now, it will explode our economy, but thusly, our treasury would overflow with tax dollars from increased economic activity. It is not the time to raise taxes, Kennedy said, but it is the time to cut them at all economic levels. JFK. But Obama is trying to tell you, trying to play not only the race card, but the socio-economic card. Oh, yeah, he's got $1 million. He stole it from you. And that's not true. If you are still wondering who you should vote for or why you shouldn't vote for Obama, let me ask you this. What specifically has Obama stated and outlined that he's going to do for the next 4 years? Specifically. This generalized feel-good stuff like, oh, he's going to try to help the American people. He's going to try to help the poor. He's going to try to get people to the rich people to pay their fair share. BS. What specifically is he going to do? Now, I remind you, he didn't tell us prior to 2008 specifically what he was going to do. He didn't tell us. And then he proceeded to do things that many people didn't think he was going to do. Even those that voted for him. Well, he's going to try to take over the healthcare system. No, he's not. He's just going to make it more fair and equitable and give and just help those without insurance get it. Now, even after Obamacare, you're still going to have millions of people without health insurance. How does that happen? Again, that fact is also an Obama administration figure. We're not pulling this stuff out of the hat. By the very standards of what Barack Obama has accomplished or not accomplished, are the very standards that you say that you decided you disliked George Bush, for all of you on the left. George Bush numbers were nowhere near and would not have been anywhere near as bad of Barack Obama's numbers, yet and still you loathed George Bush. But now you love Obama. Why? You cannot give me specifics. What has he done in the last 4 years that you can specifically name that has done this country good, that has actually improved our country over the last 4 years? What specifically? And don't say healthcare because we have no idea. But we have a good feeling about how the effects are going to be once it's fully implemented and all the regulation is written. But all the regulation isn't written yet, so we don't know how it's going to totally negatively affect us. So don't say that because it hasn't kicked in yet. Well, we have felt it a little bit because instead of the American family saving about $2,000 a year, they're spending an extra $2,500 a year on health care premiums. And it's going to go up next year by an equal amount. So by the time Barack gets done taking over the health care industry, it's going to cost the average American family who is getting health care insurance another $5,000 a year. Again, those are Barack Obama administration numbers, not mine. So looking at all the information that comes out from the Barack Obama administration, tell me again why you would specifically vote for this guy. Unless you too have decided that you feel that America is a colonial power that needs to be brought down to size. Because if that's the case, then you're right on the money with voting for Obama. But if you still believe in freedom and that you can do better for you and your family than the government, then you have no excuse, no reason to vote for Barack Obama. Period. This has nothing to do with Mitt Romney. This is all about Obama. Get skin color out of it. I'll be back here tomorrow. We are going to do an Election Day special. We'll be on the air for 2 hours, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Don't miss it, folks. Get out there and vote.